go. Uh, I've already got from before my indium mines, and so we have a way of making money. And but one of the things that they've added is the ship customization, and this is what I've done so far. My oops, wrong way. This is my exotic starship, which I've had. It was a S20 plus 6 to start with. So I didn't have to upgrade it to that because it's an exotic, of course. But as you see, I was able to up the storage to 48 slots and the technology to 21 slots and add some more technology. And I've also upgraded my fighter, and I'll show it to you in a bit. But now you can see, because if you noticed before, I had 4.3 billion, and I spent most of it upgrading the two ships like they are. But I've had to do that and then go into my mines and sell off the activated indium to make money back. And all in all, for what I've upgraded so far, is it cost me about 5 billion. So it's pretty expensive when you're buying it. But now I haven't tried it yet, but it's a good idea, and you might be able to scrap them. But I already have my 6 ships, and I may or may not scrap one of the haulers that I got to try some of the scrapping and see how it does before I replace it with another ship. Maybe an explorer, and that'll give me one of everything, and 2 exotics. Because of course my other one is a squid ship, and I haven't done any upgrades on it. It's going to take a while because I still got to finish upgrading my fighter, and then make some money and nanites, because now you need nanites to upgrade the class from C to B to A and then to S finally. For the S class one, it's at 50,000 nanites from A to S. I think it's 25 from B to A, and like 10 I think it was for C to B. And so it's going to take some nanites. And so one of the things that I've done, and I'll show you, is I've built a gold and silver mine to convert to platinum and convert to nanites. And as you can see, I got 18,000 now, and but like I said, I've bought a lot of these upgrades I've added to this, and as you can see, it's pretty good with the damage output, the shield strength, the hyperdrive, and then the maneuverability, which it never was real maneuverable to start with, this design ship, for some reason. I don't know why. But now it does pretty well because I've upgraded that with the pulse engines, and added some storage. So now these exotics are viable ships for flying instead of just showing off. Like I said, this game I've been going on for over 200 hours in it, and so I've got a lot already. And like I said, my exosuit, it's been maxed out for a while. Like I said, now I got all the cargo space, but then also you see the runaway mold here. That's what's left after the last conversion. Because what I'll do is, and they've added it in onto the damaged machinery, some of the cartons, the damaged cases, and I'll just save it up until I got a mess of it, and then convert it into the runaway mold, and then convert that into nanites. It's slow going, but it's steady, because as you're going around the planets, you just pick it up, and when you got some, you refine it all up, and then nanites. Same thing with the gold and the silver. And so let's get started. We'll make a quick save, and you'll notice I do save a lot, and that's just from old habits from other games. So let's go to bases. The gold mine, where's it at? Yeah, right there. So this is my gold mine. Not real big, but it gets me 16,000, and I built it on the side of a mountain. All solar powered because there's no power sources nowhere close, and I've been finding that since that update. I don't know if it's this one or the one before it, where I started doing that. But every couple hours, all I got to do is come in, grab up my gold, and then head to my silver mine and pick it up. Let's see, I thought it was right here on this page too. Yeah, right there. Alright. Right now, the silver and gold mine, they're both on the same planet. I could have just flew over here, probably was quick, but I'm lazy. And then we pick up our silver. This is 16,250. I could add another mineral extractor and get them both at 1650, but they're close enough. I haven't done it yet. Alright, now let's head back to the home base. Might have that audio a little loud. We'll find out when we go to edit the video. Alright, and we got our gold, our silver. All we're going to do now is we're going to drop it in here. Full stack of that. A full stack of silver. And we'll convert it into a full stack of platinum. Now we'll take the rest of it, we'll drop it over here. Going too. Now it takes a little while, 15, 16 minutes I think it is. And yeah, 16 and a half roughly. But we do other things while that's going. We just get it going. And then we'll take off. Now let's wait and make sure we're empty. Now we got stuff. Alright. Let's drop this in here. This other stuff here. Put it in storage, which I got over here. And I think it's this one. No. Maybe this one. One of these days I'm going to get around to naming these things. No, that's not it. Where is that? No. Another thing I'm glad they done was, maybe it's over here. Yeah, here we go. Put this in there. I don't really need these. I'll never use them. But we'll put them in here anyway. And then we'll put this in there. That's what I always get one or two left over. I just stick them in here for now. When I get a mess, I'll turn them in. Alright, that's empty. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't have enough room now since I upgraded all that. Added those new technologies. So I won't be able to get as much. So we might not hit all the mines because we won't have enough room to pick it up. But we'll hit the big ones. Let's see. And that's another thing I'm glad they done was allowed us to go back to the previous galaxies. Because that's what I thought. Shift some stuff around and they'd give me a little more cargo space. But we'll see. I may or may not. I will upgrade my Explorer though. Oh yeah, it hadn't been long enough. Alright, we'll pick it up anyway though. because we need to get our catapult back up. And I will shoot to another one. Yeah, extreme hazard planet. But this is where the good stuff is. Alright, and then we'll head to our next one. Let's see, where is it? Right there.
Extreme hazard planet.
And here we are at the next one. It's over here. Let's see, alright, this was full up. This one only takes a couple hours though. And then we'll have to start going to our ship. Or 4 hours on this one.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Well, that's another good thing about these. When there's a storm, I'm not going to do it now, but I will usually go around and gather up the storm crystals because you need them to make those hyper warp cylinders, and they last. They fill it up in one instead of 5 of the regular ones. All right, let's head back to our other mine, and it is. Here we go. And here we are at this one. Alright, there's a storm going on here, of course. But now, if I remember right, this is the same planet as the other mine. I actually set up 2 of them here. And pretty good bits coming out of them. But like I said, I've already got a mess of storm crystals. But we won't go after those. But that's another good thing, like I said, about these. Plus, they seem to have the best mine sources for the activated indium. Almost all of them are storm planets. But they, like I said, I can produce quite a bit of them. And now we'll hit the last one. That's right here. And here we go.
Storm clearing.
Now see this one here, all these used to work, and then when they changed it to the having to use the teleport cables, now it won't take it. It's too long, too far it says. So we got to run it. I haven't done it yet, but I probably should move my teleporter back to over here. But it's just a short little jaunt. Pick up this last bit.
Toxic protection. Stabilizing.
And it's not full either, but oh well. Oh, dang it. Well, that. Well, let's see. The ship's just right over there. Let's see, there's 4 stacks. Let's see.
No free slots in suit inventory.
Oh, this is the ship. What am I talking about?
Toxic protection. Falling.
Ah, we better put one more. Now we'll go get it.
Toxic protection. Falling. Toxic protection. Falling.
But this will still get us about 300 million. And roughly every 8 hours I can come in and pick that up.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
I don't know if you can hear me if I'm loud enough during this storm, but we'll find out after we edit. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to move that teleporter,
Toxicity detected.
so we're not having to make this run every time. But like I said, it's not too far. It's just over the hill there. But it's a lot better with the teleporters. All the rest of them I got working, but this one here just says it's too far and won't connect. So what I might have to do is build one halfway and then another one to here. Alright, now we will go sell off our activated indium. I have found me a great place for selling it. It does not require, I mean, he's got a good price. It's at minus 4.4, best price I've found for it in all my playthroughs. But let's head there so we can sell this stuff off. Back in a minute. Alright, don't sell it, you know, to the system because we don't want to crash it. Always sell to the ships when they fly in. Sometimes it takes a minute, but they always fly in. But yeah, this is the previous best price I found was minus 8.7, but this here at minus 4.4 is even better. And so like I said, I get over 300 million each haul, and then when I get a bunch of nanites, I might start selling the gold and silver because it fetches a pretty decent price too. And then storm crystals as well, because I've got like 20 of the hyper warp cells, and I still got 20 of the regular warp cells, so I'm good to go there. But the other resources now, and having to make fuel for the frigates and the missions, it eats it up fast. Alright, here we go. Let's go through all this. Yeah, we're going to sell to you. And we're going to sell our activated indium. Where is it? It's usually right there by the top. Did I miss it? I must have. Oh, yeah, right there. First page. Let's see. Here we go. 129 million just for what's in my exosuit. We'll sell it.
Units received.
And then we'll switch to our starship, and we get 143 million here for it.
Units
All right.
received.
Yeah, I don't think I quite got 300 million. No, not quite. But well, like I said, I didn't have as much storage, I don't think, to sell it all off. Well, no, when I went back, because I forgot to go back and get it, didn't I? I sure did. Oh, well. Like I said, I'll get it next time. Like I said, it'll just take a couple of days to build up enough money to upgrade that fighter the rest of the way. And because I got the cargo slots all filled out, now I just got to do the technology. I mean, it started out with 12 anyway, so I just got 8 more to buy in. But I think I bought a couple of them, so I might only have 7 more. But we'll see when we go to the freighter and show you the fighter. And but yeah, I just can't get over this exotic with 48 and 21. What a deal. And well, and like I said, then you got your lemming and stuff you pick up when your pirates attack you and shit. Oops, excuse me. Trying not to swear, and I guess that'll break YouTube's rules. But I'll try to watch my mouth. Put this over here. to take this, and now we're just going to drop it right here. I don't think I got anything in there. Let's check. Oh yeah, I got some nanites in there. Yeah. Grab that. So now we'll put that in here. And this will give us some more silver. Nope, gold. Oh, it's the Herox, I think, that gives you the silver. And this one gives you gold. I always got more gold than silver, but like I said, I can always start selling it off. Alright. Yeah, let's see. I got plenty. Oh, that's pretty even though, 56 and 57. Yeah, not bad. Alright. And now we head back to our base, and we'll see you when we get there. Alright, when we get back, these are both ready. So we pick this up, and we get it going again. Over here, get this one. Pick it up. We get it going again. Then we'll take right here. Drop this platinum in there. See, now a full stack gets you 285, so not too bad. But what we'll do next is what I've been doing is while I'm waiting in between for the gold and silver to build back up and the indium to build back up, and I just go out and play, go out and exploring. But then I check out space stations as well for the modules, the upgrade modules that you'll need when you upgrade your ships. Because naturally, if you're going to put all that into space and get some more space, you want to level them up. And, it doesn't take too long for the platinum to convert over at 35 to 1. I liked it better before they made that change. You got a lot more for it. But you can also do the larval cores. They still pay out pretty good. And whenever I find them, I'll store them up. But then also a lot of the Quicksilver missions are to kill those monstrosities. And I farm the eggs when I'm doing that too. And you can pick up quite a few. And oh, okay, it came back. That stuff had disappeared before. Alright, here we go. And yeah, now like I said, now, wait a minute. Alright, now we go. And we'll just head off and we'll explore, we'll find some planets. We will hunt up salvage modules, because those also convert to nanites at a better price. They're $225 a stack of 15, and you can gather a lot of them just as you're walking around on planets. There's one on PlayStation that a guy found that was really good. They were just everywhere, and you could pick up a bunch of them, 100, 150 in an hour, hour and a half, just running around. And he's also got found a bunch of S-class modules in the machinery, the damaged machinery. And now I went also exploring that planet, and he had 5 of them, I think, and I found 5 more. Or, well, I marked 5 more. I found more, and there's some A-classes and stuff that you get as well. But mostly S-classes, and so yeah, it's a good place to get those for nanites too. But I went there on PC, because that's what I'm on here, and it was a different planet and was real skimpy on the salvage. While I was there, I picked up some, but it wasn't no great amount, not like on this guy's planet. And it was Hawks Gaming that had the video out now. He said he just run across it by accident, and while I was gathering the salvage, it was all over knowledge stones, a bunch of them. He got all kinds of words, and then he was finding those modules. And like I said, I went there and I found modules too. And it's a great place to get modules and sell them to for nanites, or to use if you need them. Because I hadn't showed you yet, and well, when we get to our next system, we'll show you those what we got. Now let's see if we can find this tier 3, I think they call them. I already been there. Yeah, already been there. Let's go. We're going to go somewhere new. Yeah, it seems like I used to find more tier 3 systems than I'm finding lately. I don't know if they reduced the amount of them, or I'm just in a bad area of the galaxy. Because you get those sometimes too. But Ascentium so far, or Ascentum, if I'm saying it right, is been pretty nice so far. A lot of habitable planets with real nice weather, no storms, mild, beautiful, listed like that. And there's been some nice. I've been on some nice ones. Well, where my home base is, that one's a nice planet, and no storms. Like I said, it looks cool too. I haven't found any true Earth-like with green grass, blue water, blue skies, but we're still new into this galaxy, and so we'll eventually find some, I'm sure. But so far, most of the systems have 2 or 3 nice planets, tropical. Now some of them have storms, but they haven't been too bad on most of them. They last a few minutes, and then they're not real often. Oh, there we go. There's our tier 3. Gek World. Not a very good selling. Only 52, but we got a system that we sell in, so like I said, I've got the best prices right there. But like I said, right now we're just going around, and it's not too long, so we might just leave that one in too, since I ran my mouth during it. Now let's see what kind of planets we got here. Anything's worth hot planet. Where's it at? Come on, get in there. Parched. Well, this got salvageable scrap. And like I said, that's good for hunting up and selling too for money, especially in the early game. But like I said, now this one here, I've got well established over 200 hours in this save alone. And then, like I said, I played on the PlayStation as well. I don't see any good. Here I was saying all these good planets, and now I ain't gonna find one, right? That's the way my luck goes, right? Yeah, I already did those two. I thought there was more planets. But I could go into first person and oh yeah, there we go, right there. Now that might be a good one here. Not an Earth-like though. Overgrown, so might be some storms on it. And what's this one? Abandoned. Yeah, it ain't got any good resources, but might be worth stopping it. But we'll check the overgrown one out. But what I always like to do first, though, is go ahead and pop into the space station and check out what they got. And plus I wanted to show you where you can have multiple multi-tools now. Up to 3 I think it is that you can have now. I've already picked up the second one because, as you know, I had the alien multi-tool, which has been real good, and I've got it already maxed out. And, but I wanted to, since we can have more, well, I want more. And so I went and picked up a experimental one to go with my alien one. And let's see. See, this is the alien one I got. I don't know if I've showed this one to y'all before, but it's pretty cool with the pinkish reddish crystals, and then the orange to black or reddish to black. Yeah, I like the way it looks, so that's why I got this one. And then all you got to do is go over here and switch over to your other one. And like I said, you can have up to 3, I think it is. And this is it. And I've already, like I said, picked it up and upgraded it as well. A little bit differently than the alien one, but pretty close. But I like the way this one looked, the color on it and all. And so I went and got it. Pretty nice. And then, yeah, y'all have seen my freighter, and I haven't found nowhere where you can upgrade freighters, like the technology on it. But I did pick up that scanner, and it works pretty good. You can now, now you can do like you did before, and send stuff to your freighter whether you're on it or not. But it is what it is. So I went ahead and picked it up, but it cost me one of my warp spots, because I only got 4 on these, because that's what it was, the max before on the S-Class freighters. Oh, phase beam and hyperdrive. Well, I don't need any hyperdrive, but I was going to add on my phase beams. I moved some stuff around, and let's see what kind of multi-tool he's got here. It's just a regular one, maybe an S-Class though. Not B-Class, but 21 slots, so pretty good if you're in early game to pick up. But we're not going to get that because we're going to have S-Class when we decide on one that we like. And let's see what our shipwright has. Oh no, I already looked at him, and that's where we picked up the phase beam. We wanted to see him. See what he's got. Oh, he's only got the plasma launcher, and I don't use it anymore. I never really had a problem killing myself with it. I did once or twice, or 3 times. And but a lot of people didn't ever use it for that reason, especially if they played on survival or permadeath. That's a bad way to go. You're playing permadeath and kill yourself with a plasma grenade. Alright, now I'll usually reload here and get the first spawns to see what they are. But we're not going to do that this time. We'll just go on to the planet and see what's going on. And like I said, this is basically what I've been doing since this update. I built the silver mine and the gold mine because I found out quick that you're going to need the nanites for buying modules to upgrade, or if you actually find a ship design that you like and can convert it up to an S-Class. And you can upgrade everything now to 48 and 21 slots. So no matter if you find one you like to design, now you can get it and be whatever level you want it to be, if you can spend the resources. But yeah, that seems an awful lot though, for as hard as nanites are to come by. But you know, a lot of people, they'll use the save editors and things like that. They have millions of them, but I try not to do that. I don't even have a save editor on my computer, so this is all legit play. just with what the game gives you. And then you can also do the system crashing, where you buy resources up in one and sell them in another and crash the system. I haven't done any of that because I haven't had any problem making money before. Because you know, even on my freighter, because like I said, on my freighter I've got that farm built right on it, and you can and like I said, it's a liquid explosive and or fusion accelerant. I think it's liquid explosive circuit boards, and everything I need to make it is right there, and I can make a few 100 million just in that every I don't know, a couple times a day. I think that all the stuff grows in. That looks like a pretty decent spot down there. Yeah. Oh yeah, it might be a good place to build a base. Oh yeah, yeah. We can build our base right on top of this. And we'll have the whole thing surrounding us. Yeah, that's pretty good. What we got? Mellow weather. Yeah, this would be a nice planet too. Intermittent sentinels. Yeah, it'd be a nice planet. Oh yeah, the colors look pretty good. All green and green sky. That's always nice, right? Okay. Well, now this isn't a good place to start for picking stuff up. Well, there's some right there, though, so we'll go grab it. I don't see anything else right close, but that's one thing. A lot of times you got to be so close to this stuff before it'll show up. And, so I just run around and head from one to the next one I find, to the next one, and I'll try to hit up the damaged machinery as well. You know, pick up the words when I run across them. Yeah, I believe I've got all the recipes because I didn't get any of the last 4 or 5 manufacturing facilities I went through. And so I quit going to those. But maybe I'll go back since this has come out. Let's see what we get there. Just 2, but that's not bad. And usually I find you pick up one and you scan again, and you'll usually find another one. And we'll, if we can, I was going to scan them, but yeah, there we go. We got it that time. And that's, oh, did I lose it? Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. Because I had gotten away from scanning stuff, you know, when I said I couldn't make any more money, I was maxed out. There wasn't no point, but now I got to remember to do that. Because I'm going to need that money, because it's expensive upgrading them ships. But I think they cap out at 300 million for the slots. That's the last price I paid, and that was for the last 2 or 3 slots. It didn't go up any more after that. But we'll find out when we go to upgrade our fighter the rest of the way. Yeah, I ain't seeing nothing. Yeah. No machinery, no salvage. Maybe this ain't gonna be such a good planet. Oh, there's some up there. Pretty close, just at the top of that mountain. But we can shoot up that pretty quick. Yep, just hug the wall and it don't cost any jetpack fuel. a machine right there. I wonder why it didn't show up when I scanned. But yeah, there we go. Residual goop. Pick it up, throw it in there, and pick up some nanites. And now there we go. There's our salvage. Oh, not gonna dig there. There we go. We got 3 that time, so we're doing pretty good. Alright. See if we can find some more. Alright now. Let's just build it here. We'll go check it out since we're not seeing anything else close by. Salvage machine wise. Oh, there's a machine right there. We'll go check it out. Oh, this is probably the one I just done, so. Alright, let's head over here. And when it's like this, I just I'll move a little ways. I'll scan ahead of me, and there's one right there. Alright, we can still go back to the building. I don't like that where I mark the building and then to mark something else. I only get to one mark. It should stay marked when I mark it, whether I mark something else or not. Never did like that function, but I guess I make my own game if I'm going to complain like that, right? But since I'm talking now, and some of y'all might know that I've been playing this since day one. I did, must be a cave there. Lose quite a bit when the next update came out. I wasn't playing on PC at that time, just on the PS4, and it disappeared. That's been happening to me a lot too. I'll run across one and it'll disappear. Sometimes if I come back in that area, it'll be there again, but sometimes it's just gone. But for the most part, they hit all right, and you get 1 to 4 of them usually. That's the most I've ever seen. All right, let's. Oh, it's a beacon. No longer an unknown building. We know it's a beacon. And I think those usually show you where a minor settlement's at, and we can do a little hunting for a multi-tool as well if we can find a good one. Yeah, I haven't seen too many posted for a Central Galaxy on multi-tools or exotic ships. But now I've only run across a couple of exotic ships since I've got here, but they were just the same design as some of the other ships that I've found. So, yeah, minor settlement. But we'll go towards it and scan all the way. And like I said, here I'll use it a lot more than this than I used to, because now I got to send my frigates out on missions again, which is another good way to make money. But now when I go to my other playthrough, it's a new one. I've only got I don't know, less than 50 hours on it at most, I think. Where'd that minor settlement go? Oh, there it is. I lost my train of thought there when I lost my building. But I tend to do that, and I'll tend to ramble sometimes. If I do, y'all just let me know in the comments, and we'll see. I might ramble on anyway, regardless. but you can always turn the volume off. Can't do much about the picture up there, but I don't guess you can see me too well since it's dark here in my room, which is probably a good thing. I doubt any of y'all want to see my ugly mug. Lost in the trees, you almost can't see it. Oh, a bunch of star bramble if you need it. But I got all I need in my farm on my freighter. But I guess I'll have to go back and start farming it actually, since I need to raise money again. But I was kind of disappointed. They said they raised it. Well, that was on the food though, and I hadn't sold anything to him recently, so I don't know how that is. But I hadn't sold any materials to that other fella, the one that just turned the milestones in. 'Cause I didn't turn in all my milestones, so I can't get nothing else from him. But he'll buy one thing. I guess every day it changes. I'm not sure. But he was asking for gold nuggets, and so I saved up some to go sell them to him, see what you get. And it was 3 nanites. Yeah, three nanites for each gold nugget. And I can get more by converting it to platinum and platinum to nanites than selling them to him for three nanites. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. But now still the other guy's pretty viable. You can save up. Oh, there's some right there. We're gonna go to it. And if I say that's what you just scan along the way, and as you're going and find this stuff, just pick it up. It doesn't take long to get 40 or 50, and you're going out exploring anyway. At least I hope you are. It's one of the reasons to play the game. And because that's a pretty good ways west to you want to have fun with it. You don't want it to become a second job or other job. And if you get too serious about everything, then it's just another job. And what's the point of that? One job is bad enough, right? And then here, there's always at these buildings damaged machinery. Yeah, here's some living slime already. That's one step away from the running mold anyway. And now let's see if they got anything decent in here. I ain't had much luck finding good multi-tools though. I found a couple, but usually when I want something I have to rely on that Reddit coordinate exchange to find something. Zane's, I guess, he has a whole big list. Now, that's the same thing that was on the space station. That's A-class though. Might be if we reload and see what else is here. Let's try it. Let's see, I think I got a beacon I can drop down. Yeah, there we go. Alright, make a save. And we'll reload that save. Yeah, definitely not a very good rendering up there. That's a little better there if you bother to look at me, but we don't want to do that. Alright, don't forget to pick our beacon back up. Pick our beacon back up. You'll be surprised how many scanners and beacons and stuff I've left lying around. Well, it's not a experimental or alien, and it's not even as good as the other one, less slots, but yeah, it's worth a shot anyway. Okay. But this is basically it, what I've been doing, and that's the way to do it, is get those auto mines set up to where you just pop in once in a while and unload them, do your conversions, and have fun exploring and playing. Now I do have that other save. Now I've got like I said, a few hours in it, and but I've only got one ship, no freighter yet. I haven't accepted the first one yet, so I'm hoping to get a nice looking S-class for free. I got an A-class for free one time, but not an S. I got antsy and didn't want to wait. Wanted that freighter to start using it to make money in the early game, because them missions are a good way to make money, because they'll bring back resources and they'll bring back units. And yeah, you get into some of the higher missions and they can bring back 2 or 3 million a time, so that's not too bad, and you don't have to do anything, just take the money, sell the resources, but you can get some good resources back from them that you can use to make like stasis devices or cryogenic units, which sell for big money. And yeah, I almost wish now that I didn't give away so many of them before, because I could use them now to get some of that money back. But like I said, at that time, I was just being a nice guy, helping out new players, run across them and give them as much as they can hold. Like I said, the stasis devices, the cryogenic chambers, all the high dollar stuff. And, but then when they started the mining, well, that was a great way to make money. But then they nerfed it, and it still makes money, just not as much, not as fast, which is okay. So instead of making it in a couple of days, it'll take a week or so, maybe a little longer. But like I said, I've already spent roughly 5 billion on the upgrades that I've made so far to just this ship and the other. And so it's going to be expensive to do. But in my other game, when I play in it, what I'll do is, like I said, I want to try some of that scrap, and I'll just pick up salvage ships or crash ships, and then take them up there and salvage them, and hopefully they're A-class at least, because you'll get some better modules back to sell for nanites. And I forget whose video I was watching. Might have been the Procedural Traveler, maybe, or Jason Plays. One of them that was talking about that and how it being a viable way to make them. But then out here, there's also a glitch that you can scrap the same ship multiple times if you're fast enough. What you got to do is scrap the ship, exit out of the menu, and then go back into it. You get 3 to 5 seconds, so you got time to do that, but you got to be able to do it pretty quick. And then you just scrap the same ship again. You can get a bunch of resources. Now there's no way to save the ship, so you are going to lose it. But if you're just either buying A-class ships and salvaging them, or finding wrecked ships and salvaging them, it's a good way to make resources and units until you get the ships that you want. What you want to do, I guess, the A class, because that is going to give you back the best resources to sell. Because I'm sure you don't want to do an S class. However, like I said, I may do that in with one of my haulers, because I got two S-class haulers, and one is leveled out more than the other, just because I picked up the second one to have one with more cargo space for, well, like I said, hauling the Indian when I originally made them mines in one shot, so I, didn't have to make multiple. But now, now that they've done this, and even where I can just expand and I can fly the ship I want and not have to go back and change to one of the others. So, like I said, I'll still have the one, the better of the two. Ooh, I'll do that. And like I said, then add, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes on making the money. So far, it hadn't been too bad because I made the first initial upgrades to this one and the fighter. Made back some of my money, not all of it, a couple billion, and then did the final upgrades to this ship. Good fall. And like I said, made a few more and filled out the cargo space on the fighter. Oh, there's one way over there. I wonder how we missed that, because that's the way we came around, I think. And if I find a decent planet like he had on that one, I'll sure post it, because you just can't beat that. I mean, it was a great planet. I went to it a couple of times just to build up to get the modules for the Nanites, just to sell them. I've been doing this a lot more too. And it doesn't really give you nothing good most of the time, and but like I said, it keeps my ammo filled out usually. And where was that at? I had it off, didn't I? Oh, I just picked it up. That's what I've done. Alright, so not as good, but it is still a nice planet. Yeah. We may have to come back here another time and build a base. I was hoping to find more salvage though that quick. I don't think we even got 15 this time. No, not even 15, only 13. So not that good. Oh, you know what? I forgot to go back and buy my other phase beam. Oh, we'll have to go back to the space station. That's why I had done that reload, and I never went back and bought the other one. And that would give me 5 S-class modules on that phase beam. And like I said, I got 5 on the positron injector, 5 on the infraknife accelerator. I think I got 5 on the cyclotron ballista as well. And I got, I think, 6 on the shields. But maybe not, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. I can't remember if I put 4 and 4 in there, or 4 and 3 in there or not. is now. Let me check something glowing yellow. Oh, just a cave down there. Well, no, that's where I dug into and found that cave. That's right. And I had that salvage there that didn't show up. What we got there? Yeah. Yeah, I guess we was a little further away from our ship than I thought. But I probably don't really need to upgrade that phase beam any more than it is, because it's already pretty solid. And even in a fight, it does some pretty good damage. But too bad it's not that same bright red as the pirates have that they just lock on you all the time with. But I think I like that positron injector or ejector the best out of all of them. It does massive damage, but you got to be up pretty close. Doesn't have a lot of range. But like I said, if you got good enough shields, you ain't got to worry about it. Let them come in close and then just blow them away with 1 or 2 shots. And now the infrared knife accelerator is pretty powerful and has a good range on it, but I can't aim that thing at all. I'm constantly missing my targets with it. The positron gives you a bigger blast radius, and so I'm better with it. And then the cyclotron ballista is pretty good too. It does good damage when it's maxed out and doesn't overheat too much, as long as you just kind of watch it. Yeah, all of them are really pretty decent except the rockets. I wish you could level them up to like lock-on or something, which, I mean, why aren't they? Because you got to be right on top of one of them to actually hit your target, or I do anyway. And so they've never been a real good option in a battle for me. But I went ahead and got them on there anyway just because. I play around with them sometimes. Just when I'm fooling around. That's usually in one of the freighter battles though. Because them pirates go down easy. So you hit them once with the rockets and they're done. Especially the leveled up rockets, because it's firing I think 3 now. Alright, let's go get our other phase beam module. And I think that's all we're going to level up on this one. Alright, now let's level that thing up right now. Alright, I already made room before when I decided to do it. Whoops. I'll put one right there. And go back. And put the other one right there next to it. Now, it didn't bring our damage up any, but phase beam will be better. I think you get more range on it, and it's a little stronger. But we'll see. But basically, that's it. That's what I've been doing. I've been farming for salvage for nanites, because I don't really need to salvage for anything else. Just the nanites. And so we'll just teleport back to our base. And we'll end this video there. Because we still got some platinum there. And we're going to have to gather it up. And we'll just end the video with that. See you when we get there. We still got some more to go in there. Oh. We won't stretch that video another 8 minutes though. I'll do that. Oh, do that later. Yeah. And now we can take this and put it back in there. Let that finish. We'll go ahead and cook this up here. And that's another 178. Then I could have put it in this here, which this was a great idea. This is one of the best right here, because now you don't got to put one down. Just fill it with fuel and go to town. Especially when you start filling up on your inventory, you can just start refining that stuff out right there without having to carry and put down a portable refiner or go back to your base to refine stuff out. And so there it is. And well, if we want, just let me know, and we'll go on how to actually build a mining setup for the resources that you need. Because you can pretty much do them on all of them, and I have them for all the resources that you need. I find the paraffinium. I've got one here on this planet, and convert it to ferrite dust for concrete building materials. I've got, which I've been using my farm on my freighter for carbon, because I just grabbed those the cactus ones. It gives you the most at one time for when you need carbon. So I just, instead of gathering, I just go to the freighter, pick a bunch of it, refine it into carbon, and I got it. And then, just like I said, I've had to add the gold and silver, but only because another way to consistently make the nanites. Because whether you're wanting to upgrade a ship to an S-class or get a ship and then get the upgrade modules, you know, to upgrade it like you want, like I've done this here. Oh, I never did show you guys my fighter like I promised. Let's go ahead and do that real quick, because my freighter is right up there. I thought my freighter was right up there. Oh, I must have moved it. I don't remember moving it. Alright, well, we can just call it in, though. Well, I guess we're high enough out yet. There we go, right in the asteroid field. Yeah, that's something else I... Oh! Uh-oh. Now we're stuck in the ship. There we go. We got out. Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, I thought I was low enough for none of them to hit me. But yeah, it happens sometimes. Not the first time I got stuck inside a bigger ship. Because, yeah, I will also eventually want to upgrade my squid ship, because that's my other exotic. There's one of my haulers there, and then over here is my other hauler and my explorer. And like I said, they're all S-class. I had to go through the trouble of hunting them. Now we can just make them, which is a good thing. I think that'll bring a lot more to the game for newer players. And here's my fighter. Then we got it at 48, and as you can see, I have built this thing out. It's a powerhouse. And like I said, yeah, I got 7 more slots to open up, but I still got some empty, so I can upgrade some more. As I got my shields. Let's see, 3 upgrades there. Yeah, 3 upgrades there. I can't go any higher on the shields. I can go up on the phase beams, the infraknife accelerator, I think. positron, yeah. But no, I already got the cyclotron built up, but the infraknife and the positron we can upgrade, but not the phase beam on this. Well, yeah, we could do a couple, and I thought about putting another pulse to bring up the maneuverability at some more, but at 650 and the fighter, it is very maneuverable, but real nice, good in a fight. I hadn't died in the ages. Not since, like I said, I've been playing it a long time, since day one from the PS4, and then when Next came out, well, I played it on PS4 first for almost a year, and then I went ahead and picked it up for PC because I wanted to check out some of the modding, because I've had a lot of fun with Fallout 4 and Skyrim with the mods you can do on it, and not as many good ones for this, but there's that Ray Rad, I think he is, that has got some pretty good ones out, and then there was one that I thought was pretty neat that changed the ships, the way they looked, and some of them looked pretty cool. Now they even had one that they changed it to look like a TARDIS, and to see that TARDIS flying around out there was pretty neat. If you know anything about Doctor Who and the TARDIS, and but there were some real cool looking ship designs in that one, and but then there's others that changed the environment and stuff, and I didn't fool around with a lot because the ones I did mess around with, they caused a few problems here and there, a glitch here and there, and so I try to, when I fool around with them, have that on a separate than my main playthrough, because this one, my main playthrough, I try to keep everything legit, and so I put the mods on something else, and then just check them out, and then I usually end up taking them back off and return the game to normal. So either way, but yeah, just 7 more slots to buy up on here, and if that's 300 million a slot, you do it by 7. There's 2.1 billion more just to raise that up, and I'm a little shy of that, but I think I'll build back up to 4 billion before I come back and spend it. So like I said, it'll take I don't know, a week or so to build that much back up if I'm consistent and come back in a couple times a day. And but yeah, we'll start working on that later, because like I said, because I never did use them much. I liked having them, but these exotics, you never got much use out of them, because by the time you leveled up to weapons and shields and hyperdrives and everything, oh, you didn't have any space left. You couldn't haul nothing with them, but they're fun to fly around and show off on the Nexus, I guess. But this is my freighter. I'm sure I've showed you this before. We got processing and storage here. One of my farms is here, and yeah, you can see it's pretty big. And this one I think does the liquid explosive, and then my other one, which I built a whole nother level here for it, is I think just as big, if not a little bit bigger, and this one makes my circuit boards, I think, or is it the other way around? Yeah, anyway, like I said, I hadn't made none in a while since the mining started, because that was so much faster for making money, and but since they nerfed that on the power and the amounts that the mines will put out, it's still viable and makes a bunch of money, just not as much as and not as fast. And I don't even know if I've ever showed you all the captain's quarters here. This is my captain's quarters. You've got a gun racks, and workstations, and card table stations, bed for sleeping, and that monitor there for because the captain never really sleeps. And I got quite a few of my frigates already at S class, and I've only got one C class left, and like 5 or 6 B class, and then A class, and then the rest S class. Actually, they got all those are S class now. All my combat vessels, all my trade vessels, some of my explorations. The other ones are A class. So there's 2 there, and 6 more. So 8 A classes, and then we got I think 5 B classes. Yeah, and then the one last C. And but like I said, I hadn't been using them so much since the mining because I was maxed out of money. There was no point other than to level them up. So when I thought about it, I did. I pulled them out, leveled them up while I was doing other things, just coming to do it. But now it'll become another viable way of that consistent money coming in. So I was gonna, well, I pop back down to the base because that's where I was going to end the video, was at the base, because I got to do some more of that stuff when I get done with the video. So we'll just pop back down there. Yeah, I like the way they increase the speed on the warp drive here too. Or not the warp drive, but the pulse drive. Because it is so much better now. Let's see. Got your right base. Yeah. Ah, it won't let me land. I forgot to kill them trees. Yeah, it'll tell me not clear. We'll see if we can land on our garage there. Nah, didn't do it. Yeah, I thought they had fixed that where they didn't, trees and stuff didn't grow back where you can put them down. This is my garage, got my rover in there. Old speed buggy for you old folks like me that gets the reference. And like I said, I got one of these antimatter processors for making the, oh, it's out, empty. But you need antimatter and storm crystals to make the hyper warp cells, I think they are. Yeah, warp hypercore. And but you need antimatter and storm crystals. And so like I said, I've got a bunch, and I've got these here and then my machine out there. And I got a bunch of storm crystals in my storage. So we got that. I think we still had to do this. And we'll just run these right back through here and pick up the last 50. And then we'll end the video there and we'll show you where we increased almost to 2 billion again. And we're pretty close to 20,000 again on our Nanites, I think. Yeah, 1.997, so right at 2 billion. And oh, that's right, because we bought them phase mining beam for the ship. Upgraded them in there. So, but we did pick up some more salvage data. We'd throw those in there and to get that going. Go ahead and transfer this over. Oh, I don't have no room for it. Oh. All right, we'll go ahead and refine it into magnetized ferrite. That should be pretty quick though. Done. Yeah. And so now we're up to, well, 18,000. And then, well, 1.9 billion. So, yeah, it'll take a couple days to get back up there. And then we'll make another video showing where we level out our fighter. But this is pretty good here for an exotic. I still can't get over it. 48 plus 21 on an exotic. That's great, isn't it? And I especially like this design ship too. It's been one of my favorites. I used to have one in red, and I sold it. I got rid of it when I wanted something else. But I found this white one, and I decided to keep it, and then my squid ship, of course. And which you go look at some other videos if you're looking for. I got dozens of exotic ship locations in Calypso, Hildebrandt, the first one Euclid, or Hilbert Dimension, and then Euclid, Calypso, and I got a bunch of ship locations for different exotics. Just go through, see one that you like. I tried to put pictures of them in the screenshot for the video, but you couldn't always do it. But so you can see what you're going after. And like I said, I got my mine locations posted as well. And I used to say, come on and gather up what you need, but don't do it anymore. I need it for a while until I get my ships upgraded. Then I'll go back to giving it away. But so this will be the first audio video enhanced video for my No Man's Sky. And if there's anything y'all want me to show you, like how to build the mines, how to set them up, upgrade ships, any of that, just let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of the video, and we will see you guys in the next video. No, wait a minute, I always forget these because I don't ever use them. There we go. Goodbye, everybody.